Basic overview of flag football, lining up, some basic defensive concepts, and some basic offensive concepts. So, um, on the football field, so we're gonna have 5-on-5. Typically, the Pee Wee division might be 4-on-4. The oldest divisions might be 6-on-6. But on offense, so the green team over here is typically going to be lined up like this. So you have a center, number 1, you have a quarterback, number 2, a running back, number 3, and you have 2 wide receivers, okay, number 4 and number 5. So these players can start anywhere, right? You don't necessarily need to have a running back, right? They could be over here, okay? You could have 2 wide receivers over here, but this is the basic formation that you would start. Okay, you might start with 2 running backs back here, okay? You could even have 3 running backs, okay? I don't know if I've actually seen that, okay? But you can really be anywhere, as long as you have a center and a quarterback, which is whoever the quarterback is, whoever the ball is hiked to, okay? So the quarterback can be what's called under center, where they literally hand the ball when they hike it, or they can be backed up in shotgun, where the ball is tossed through their legs about 3 to 5 yards back, okay? When that happens, the running back would either be to their side or back behind them even still. Okay, so there's the basic. Okay, you'd probably do it through the leg snap, probably 3rd grade and below, where you just hand it, and then you do a shot. Probably can start doing shotgun snaps from like 3rd, 4th grade and higher. Okay, but every team is different, and you're free to do whatever you want. So that's the basic offensive formation. Defense, okay, is a basic defensive formation. The first thing to notate is we have this yellow dot right here, okay? And so there's gonna be a cone that is placed 7 yards away from the line of scrimmage, wherever the ball is being snapped. Now this 7-yard cone is important because if whoever is in front of this cone when the ball is snapped cannot rush the quarterback, okay? Or rather, if they're in front of this line when the ball is snapped, they need to go behind the line before they can then rush the quarterback. Okay, so let's start at the very earliest level, the Pee Wee youngest age. What I like to recommend my teams to do at this age is to not worry about rushing the quarterback. Okay, and we just have our zones. So I say we have our middle defender, right defender, left safety, right safety. And when this ball is hiked, I actually coach my Pee Wee teams to not really move until they see this ball, not when it goes to the quarterback, but when it's handed off to the running back, or if it's handed off to a wide receiver or thrown to a wide receiver. And then they can start going. The safeties in football are designed to be the last resort. They're the ones to make sure everything's safe deep down the field. Okay? So at that Pee Wee level, that's what I ask them, how I coach it. Now, at the Pee Wee level, some coaches, which is another thing that I will do at different times, any player that is behind here can rush that quarterback. Okay? Remember, we can't rush until the ball is actually hiked, right? Not until it's actually hiked. Not simply when they say hike. Especially at the younger levels, sometimes there will be a 3-second delay from when they say hike when the ball is actually hiked. Okay, so this would be a basic zone defense. Now, once you get beyond that Pee Wee level, something that I would start doing, it's okay to keep doing it this way at all the different levels, okay, these are just different concepts, is I would start adding my rusher in, okay, so I would have 1 safety, okay, and then I would have my rusher. So once this ball is hiked, this player is rushing in, okay, to pull the quarterback's flags. Okay, the quarterback in our leagues cannot run, so whoever receives that hike, they can't run the ball. So this player is running in. Okay, simple little tactile thing for this person that is rushing in. You want to teach them to start slowing down once they get close to them, so they don't get juked, and then now the quarterback, now they aren't there. Okay, so you have this person rushing, you have this person as a safety, so they're told basically if anybody goes deep, they're following them. Okay, there is some flaw with this, right? I'm not giving the best advice in the world, right? For every single scenario, right? There are flaws, right? If you have 2 people, what does this player do, right? Simple answer, I would just have them back up deep in the middle, ball's thrown to the side. Now they react accordingly. Okay, so that's one option. And then these players over here would have this zone to defend. This player over here would have this zone to defend. this player here would have the middle zone to defend. Okay, so it's considered a zone defense. Okay, the zone defense, or really any defense, is you don't want to over pursue. So because they have this area, right? Let's say the ball is handed off to this running back. This running back's running this way. You really want to make sure, well, this person's attacking that runner, this person's attacking that runner, this person is probably attacking over here. You want to make sure that this person is not coming over here in case that ball comes back over here. Okay, the term is contain. Okay, and what you really want to do is you want to coach your team to not let the other player get the edge of the field. So when he's running this way, if you can teach our 3 defender to stay on the outside, so then when he's trying to get to the outside corner, he stops him and forces him back to the middle, because then that's where the rest of our defense is. Okay, so that's a simple thing as far as teaching how to contain. And then again, you have this player here. If he ends up bouncing back this way, okay, if he were to break through, that's why we have the safety. Okay, some other defensive concepts that you can do, and there's a million different variations of different things. These are just some ideas to get you started if you don't have ideas, or you want different ideas. Okay, you can also do a man where, right, this person says wherever 5 goes, number 1 is going to follow. Okay, wherever 4 goes, number 3 is going to follow. Okay, or maybe our number 3 defender here is going to follow 4 up until 15 yards deep, and then he would hand him off to the safety. Now he's going to stay short. Okay, or he's going to stay on this man no matter. So there's a lot of different variations. Okay, again, just a few different concepts. What else can we do? So some basic plays. Offensively, you don't need to do too many plays. So I have the other video where we have a route tree. Okay, and so you can watch that to learn the different routes. So you'd be telling, hey, receiver 5, you're going to run an in route. Receiver 4, you're going to run a slant route. Okay, a little trick to remember. Okay, running backs can go out for passes. Okay, centers can go out for passes. Okay, so a very simple basic play. Just every single time you hike the ball, the center does a hook, and they're right there for a pass. Or they might do a hook and then shade to one side, because a lot of times this defender is standing in the middle. Okay, so that's one idea for offense, using that center. Okay, tell them the routes to run. You can do running plays, right, where you would hand it off to the number 3. Okay, and you tell them to run it up the middle. You tell them to run it down the side. Okay, you can also run a reverse, where you'd hand the ball, right, you'd hand it off to this running back. He runs this way. This player runs back this way. Again, this is with the ball. Sorry, the ball doesn't attach to him. Okay, and he hands it off to number 4 and runs back this way. Okay, again, if the defense is done properly, this person's containing, it doesn't work. But again, all defenses don't have a proper contain, as we called it. Okay, the other thing that is honestly very effective. Okay, and there's specific ways to hand that ball off, especially on a reverse, to make sure it's quick and efficient. Another thing that is very, very ineffective, especially after you've done a reverse, is you do this reverse, you run this reverse, and you do a fake reverse toss. Almost guaranteed, if you've done a reverse and then you do a fake reverse, these players are all going to go with him, and this player can just keep running down the field until the safety gets them. So when a play is over, you want to tell your team really quick, huddle, huddle, huddle. You want to be very quick. All right, we're doing a run play to this player. We're doing a pass play. Number 5 receiver, you run an in. Number 3 receiver, you run a slant. Number 3 receiver, you run an out. Okay, only one route. Okay. Number 1 receiver, you're going to run your hook into the right. You're going to run a hook into the left. Okay. Running back is good for them to just sort of hang out back here for a release. Remind the best thing for these quarterbacks is to just keep their eyes downfield. Don't worry about the rusher. Okay. Get the ball, 2 seconds, throw the ball. Okay. That's going to be the best way to avoid this rusher that's coming in. Some simple basic offensive things there. What else? Oh yeah. So when you call, you're going to be very quick. Okay. Huddle, huddle, huddle. Here's the play. Here's what routes you guys are going to run. Here is the type of run we're going to do. It is best is easiest, right? Depending on the age, you're gonna have different. We're gonna want everyone to play different positions, but there is a simplicity to making sure that for the full drive, that everyone stays the same position for that full drive. Again, not a requirement, but sometimes it does make it easier to know, hey, this whole drive, your receiver, because then you have less to communicate in that huddle. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any other specific questions about football.